Rey Mysterio just lost his United States title, but could even more trouble be on the way for him? We'll also check out what's going on with John Cena, the big story around Kairi Sane's return, and more. Let's start things off with a more detailed look at John Cena's Crown Jewel match against Solo Sikoa. Nothing physical was at stake with this match between Cena and Sikoa, but WWE did such a great job with the story that it did feel like many other things were still at stake. One of the main situations the match was built around was John Cena's self-doubt and his massive losing streak for when it came to singles matches. John Cena has not won a televised singles match in WWE since 2018 in Saudi Arabia against Triple H. Cena has picked up several tag team wins since then, but hasn't successfully pinned anyone in a singles match in over 5 years. So it wasn't really a retirement sort of match, but it still felt like that was at stake. John Cena had become aware of that losing streak, started to doubt if he should keep doing this, but he ultimately figured that he'll dig down deep once more to try and end this losing streak and prove to himself that he can still compete with anyone inside the ring at a high level. And even for Solo Sikoa, a lot was at stake. He had these direct orders from Roman Reigns to finish John Cena for good. So he had to get the job done, or else Roman wouldn't be happy with him at all. So for a non-title match, John Cena and Solo Sikoa were loaded up with stakes and so much more that each individual was fighting for. With how much John Cena's losing streak was a topic of discussion during this build-up, some fans thought that maybe John Cena had some sort of chance to winning this match against Solo Sikoa. But unfortunately for Cena, that was not the case, although Cena did hit his signature move and had big bursts of heavy offense. Solo Sikoa eventually took over the match and started spamming Cena with Samoan spikes. Solo Sikoa delivered a total of 11 spikes to John Cena in the closing moments of the match to officially knock Cena out and pick up the win. And with how brutal the finish was, fans are definitely looking at it as the send-off and official end to this little full-time run he's been on with WWE since September. And after the match, John Cena received a standing ovation from the fans and walked up the stage ramp looking confused and lost about what the future could possibly hold. A lot of fans were wondering if it was John Cena's last ever match. A lot of fans are asking questions about that, but most likely not. John Cena has been teasing retirement in this similar way since 2018. Even back then, during that feud with Roman Reigns, John Cena left his armband in the ring, and everyone thought that that was his retirement match. Same thing with WrestleMania 39, where everyone gave him a standing ovation and thought it was over there too. So it may be the end of John Cena for the immediate future, but judging from his recent history, it doesn't look like we can call it his last match ever at all. A lot of fans have also pointed out how this brutal victory has also made Solo Sikoa into more of a star than he already was. Solo Sikoa has been on the main roster for a little over a year, and his career stat sheet is already full of major wins and huge moments. Crown Jewel was also, surprisingly enough, Solo Sikoa's first ever premium live event singles match, and it was John Cena, and he beat him in a very intense fashion. So fans were giving Cena lots of credit for establishing Solo Sikoa on his way out of this mini run with WWE. So, will we see John Cena in the ring again? Most likely, yes. But when and where will be the big questions, especially once Hollywood is back in business. Only days after reportedly being listed on the internal roster, Kairi Sane finally made her long-awaited WWE return in a major way. Bayley came out to ringside for Iyo Sky's match, and we instantly see Iyo get a bit upset with Bayley over this because Iyo has told Bayley on multiple occasions that she doesn't really want her at ringside for her title matches. But Bayley never listens and always ends up coming out to ringside. And Bayley couldn't help but get a little bit sloppy at times. She'll do something to distract Bianca Belair for a bit, but sometimes Bayley's interference could also get in Iyo's way. So Bayley's interference can really affect the match both ways if she's not careful. But right when things were getting a bit sticky and Bayley was about to be put through a table by Bianca Belair, Kairi Sane appeared from the crowd to make the save and impact the match to help Iyo Sky. And after Iyo retained, Kairi went into the ring to celebrate with her and even hit her iconic elbow drop on Bianca Belair. And we didn't get any words spoken during all this, but Bayley's great facial expressions gave us all the information we needed. Maybe Iyo Sky knew Kairi Sane was on the way to help, and they had this all set up. But judging by Bayley's face, she was completely left out of the loop and had no idea Kairi Sane was coming back. Also interesting about Kairi's return is that despite attacking the babyface Bianca Belair and aligning with the heel champion Iyo Sky, Kairi never acknowledged Bayley. She didn't acknowledge Bayley because it looks like they are going back to 2020 and playing off the events that happened back then. It was Bayley who unleashed a brutal attack on Kairi Sane in 2020, and we never saw Kairi again inside a WWE ring after that until now. So it appears that despite helping Iyo, she's still holding that grudge against Bayley. So the story there and that entire dynamic is really interesting because Iyo has basically already been slowly pushing Bayley away, and now she has one of her best friends back by her side as well. The big question fans are asking here is if Bayley and Kairi will put their differences behind them and have Kairi join Damage Control to give them the extra firepower that they can use. Or if Kairi will have no interest in joining Bayley and will instead try and pull Iyo Sky away from Damage Control. And they have the opportunity to truly go either direction there with that story. So this was a nice big twist that Damage Control really needed for their story. And Bayley is a great leader and definitely helped Iyo make it to the top as champion. But we do see little moments where Bayley will disregard what Iyo wants and still does whatever she feels like doing herself. So with Kairi Sane now being back and possibly trying to pull Iyo away from the group, you also gotta wonder if Bayley will be on her best behavior to get Iyo to stay in Damage Control. So Kairi's return was amazing and instantly makes Damage Control's entire narrative 100 times more interesting, and we'll have to see what it leads to. Speaking of intriguing developments, that's what went down with Rey Mysterio versus Logan Paul. Logan had one of his friends sneak over to ringside and hand him some brass knuckles. But due to some action in the match, Logan fumbled the knuckles, and they landed outside the ring by the barricade. Now as his friend was going to pick it up and hand it back to Logan, Santos Escobar steps on it and picks it up himself. Santos chases Logan's friend, but instead of throwing the knuckles back on the floor outside of the ring, Santos conveniently places the knuckles right on the edge of the ring, in the perfect place for Logan Paul to pick them up. And that's what happens. Logan puts them back on and knocks out Rey Mysterio for the win and for the title. And instantly, fans are wondering if Santos did that on purpose. Rey Mysterio had only become United States champion because he took Santos' match when Santos was hurt. And then when Santos and Rey squared off for the title, Rey defeated him. So was that Santos Escobar's way of quietly getting revenge on Rey Mysterio and making sure Rey loses the title? And will this be the downfall of the LWO because of Santos' betrayal? There's a lot to look forward to there. But what are your thoughts on today's stories? Leave your comments below. Don't forget to subscribe with all notifications on and leave a like if you enjoyed. Thanks for watching, guys.